To discuss the bill and the Democratic plan going forward, we're joined now by Democratic Senator Tina Smith from Minnesota. Senator, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Lindsay. I'm glad to be with you this evening.
So without enough votes or even full Democratic support, West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin is a notable no. Why engage in what some are calling this political theater?
Well, this is a lot more than theater. This is about putting on the record and demonstrating to Americans whose side the United States Senate is on when it comes to protecting the most fundamental of freedoms, the ability to control and have autonomy over your own body. That is what Roe versus Wade is about. That's what this fight is about. With this vote, you can see where people stand. And I would note that every single Republican voted against that fundamental freedom, which has been in the United States Constitution for nearly 50 years. And now, out of this moment, we have to go forth, we have to organize, and we have to win elections so that the people in the United States Senate are actually representing the views of the people of this country.
And why rush this vote through when Manchin and Republican Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski were potential yes votes the Democrats are abandoning because they say today's bill went too far? Why not try to work with them?
Well, I mean, I can speak for myself. I'm always willing to work with anyone who wants to try to find a solution here. But understand that this bill was just very simply to put into statute the protections of Roe versus Wade. And if you look at the bill that my colleagues on the Republican side have been working on, it doesn't nearly accomplish that goal. So, and let's be honest, in the United States Senate, you need 60 votes to put anything forward. I see no evidence that there are 10 Republicans that are willing to join with Democrats in order to protect this fundamental freedom and make sure that women have the power to decide for themselves about what happens to their bodies.
This is also just one of many, quote, symbolic votes Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has brought to the floor. How do Democrats expect to keep the majority of voters think that you're potentially wasting time writing legislation that you already know won't pass?
Well, I would direct people to the legislation that we have passed. We have confirmed a United States Supreme Court justice in Judge Jackson. We passed a wide-ranging budget with bipartisan support. We have passed the Competes bill, which will bring manufacturing back to the United States, which will put us on the forefront of innovation, which will make sure that we're manufacturing semiconductor chips in this country so that we don't rely on other countries for that essential ingredient from everything from cars to appliances. And of course, we passed the President Biden's Infrastructure and Jobs Act. Those are all really significant pieces of legislation. And so we have gotten a lot done, and we're going to continue to work to accomplish things in the months that we have left in this Congress.
Now, according to polls, Republicans could take both the House and the Senate. It appears that the window might be closing on this period of Democrats controlling both houses. What more do you feel that your party could do to actually pass some federal standard to protect abortion?
Well, let's just be clear. We don't have the votes right now in the Congress, in the Senate, because of 100% Republican opposition to protecting Roe versus Wade. We don't have the votes. And that's why this upcoming election is so important. I think that there is a deep need for people to pay attention to these votes, to see who's on their side, and to go out and organize and vote. And I think we're going to be seeing that, a start of that this weekend.
Of course, the right to a legal abortion is a fundamental issue for many Democrats. If you can't get a bill passed, what will your party tell voters who say that you failed to protect this right and it's now probably going to disappear in half of the country? Is it going to be more difficult to motivate some voters if that happens?
You know, I don't think so. I think that voters are going to be looking at this and saying, one, they're going to be saying, oh, my gosh, I never thought that that the protections of Roe, those sort of fundamental freedoms to decide for myself about abortion, they never thought that that was going to go away. And so there's a lot of kind of what happened here? How could this be? And then I think that they're going to see who's fighting for them and who is fighting to stop them from being able to make those decisions. And that, I believe, is a galvanizing issue. I think it will get people to turn out to vote. And I think that will also help to persuade some voters as they're trying to decide how to vote in Senate races, but also in governor's races and in state legislative races all over this country. You know, in my home state of Minnesota, Tim Walz is running for re-election and as governor. And I think that every single one of his Republican opponents are on the wrong side when it comes to reproductive freedom. And I think that's going to matter as people get ready to cast their votes.
Senator Tina Smith of Minnesota, we thank you so much for your time and appreciate your insight.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.